Foam rolling for the quad is probably one of the easiest ones to do. Oftentimes the most overdone one as well. Again, we're going to find those taut, tender areas. We're going to work them down just to soften the tissue, make it feel less tight, make it feel less tender. 1 or no more than 2 passes through the quad. Take that foam roller and get in our army crawl stance, where I'm going to try to have lots of points of contact. I like to use my elbows, my other legs connected, because that gives me much more control over how much pressure I've got on my thigh. Now, right down the middle, I'm going to go through kind of a good quick scan up and down to find my tender areas. I'll check the inner part of my quad. I'll check the outer part of my quad. That lets me know, hey, what was tight, what was tender. Those are my treatment zones. Oftentimes in a quad, most of it's tender and tight. So once I get there, now I'm just going to kind of find those tender areas and just sort of rock through them. Just nice and easy. There's a good spot. Sometimes it can be a little bit too much. I take some pressure off of it, come back in, and just come in a little bit slower. We put too much weight and too much pressure, and if you get to those like 8 out of 10s and the higher, take the pressure off, come back to it, give the muscle a little bit of a break, be a little bit lighter. You'll notice you get more out of it by not pushing so hard. Now notice I'm just kind of going slow. Maybe I'll pause, kind of work it a little bit. Another little tack on that you can do is once you find a good spot, see if you can pull your heel towards your butt. Doesn't go very far. Don't worry about making it all the way. Just a little bit of pin and stretch feels really pretty good on those tissues. A little bit of pin and stretch. And that's a foam rolling for your quad. That's a tender area. Make sure you soften it up. Don't overutilize it. Feel better. Do that in the evening, maybe before you do any sort of physical activity, but make sure that that quad doesn't feel more sore afterwards. That happens to a lot of people because they just work it so hard.